Okay, the reason I bring this back up is because it's not good. It's getting worse in a bad way. Even Ryan Hall is saying that this is picking up for the worst, with a projection the worst possibly hitting Tampa Bay area. This is what I'm reading. Tracking Milton hurricane expected to intensify to Category 5 storm ahead of Florida hit. Now, I'm not talking about a ticker talker post. This is coming from 4 NBC New York News. We're talking about threatening surges of potentially 12 feet. That will bury houses, folks. Got some important images I want to show you. You probably haven't seen. 5-day clone. Where's it going? That peak storm surge that I'm talking about forecast. Of course, the rainfall potential, the threatening flash flood potential, and a big one, the wind speed probabilities. More so, the big breaking news is that this thing has stepped up to a Category 4. And it's not the only thing cooking right now. There's actually multiple storms going on, and I'm not a weatherman, but what this is going to have an impact on, and not just the Florida area, this is where all the ships come in. People are going to be getting prepared for this, meaning they're going to the stores, they're gonna stock up, because we are getting hit by all sides, multiple threats. Some brand new news updates you guys should be aware of coming right up. My name is Cohen here at Riverside Homestead, and if you're brand new here, welcome. If you guys are into prepping tips, emergency preparedness, and most of all, news and awareness, stuff that you want to know about, be sure to hit that notification bell so you guys can stay up to date. Let's jump into this one. Now, something to keep in mind, Wednesday is gonna be the day to keep an eye on, and I'm gonna tell you more about that, along with a lot of good images showing you the expected impact across the coastline so you guys are better aware. Here's the emergency declaration.
Been working with the administrator, and we anticipate positive approval on that. We have 51 counties in Florida currently under a state of emergency. The executive order that I signed over the weekend also orders all disaster debris management sites and landfills to be open 24/7 in the lead up to Hurricane Milton. We had a lot of debris left from Hurricane Helene on Florida's Gulf Coast. That creates a huge hazard if you have a major hurricane hit in that area this week. So we've marshaled state assets to be able to help with that mission, and we're going to continue to do that until it's safe, until it's no longer safe to do so. So we do have a Category 4 hurricane. It is currently located 745 miles southwest of Tampa. It has not moved terribly quickly, but that obviously could change going forward. Storm surge watch has been issued for the Florida Gulf Coast from mainland Monroe County northward to the Suwannee River, the Dixie-Levy County line. 8 to 12 feet peak storm surge is potential for northern Pinellas.
Do you guys realize 8 to 12 foot peak storm surge? That is the size of an average house. If this continues to escalate and we hit the top of that peak projection, there will be houses underwater.
All the way down to Charlotte, including in Tampa Bay. 5 to 10 feet peak storm surge is possible from Yankeetown southward to the Pasco-Pinellas County line, and from Englewood southward to Bonita Beach, including Charlotte Harbor. Hurricane watches have been issued for portions of west central Florida and Florida's Nature Coast. Tropical storm watches extend further south and north through southwest Florida and the Keys, and along portions of the Florida Panhandle. Division of Emergency Management is busy facilitating hundreds of resource requests from communities as we prepare for the impacts. We've already sent major truckloads of food and water to Central Florida in preparation for points of distribution sites after the storm. We're also coordinating the deployment of more than 2,000 feet of flood protection systems and prioritizing critical infrastructure like hospitals, wastewater treatment facilities, and electrical infrastructure. We've deployed a flood barrier around a water pumping station in Bradenton, a fire station in Hillsborough, and more en route to the courthouse in Charlotte County, hospital in Kissimmee, master pump station in St. Pete, and a community resource center in Hernando County. We've also deployed generators to support special needs sheltering operations.
Okay, as you can see, these guys are getting ahead of this thing as best as possible, I would think. Now, for some of you with Helene, watching that storm and its effects. You guys can talk about what's going on down in the comments. I can't necessarily say some of the stuff that I know quite yet, because I'm talking about the rescue attempts, the rumors about FEMA, the rumors about land grab. There's a lot of good information out there that's been pushed to me, and I bet by the end of this thing, there's going to be a lot of comparisons made in relation to Lahaina, Maui. Let's pause and give you guys a real quick look at how the meteorologists are putting it out.
But I actually want to give you our 8 a.m. update for Hurricane Milton. Right now, max winds are at 150 miles per hour. Max wind gusts are at 155 miles per hour. This storm is now moving to the east-southeast at 8 miles per hour. So as I put a track on the storm, which, by the way, has been now upgraded to a Category 4 hurricane, it is expected to continue to strengthen even by tonight and early tomorrow, with 155-mile-per-hour winds expected. As we continue on into Wednesday, the one good news is we expect it to weaken a touch. Still going to be major hurricane status.
Okay, and that's the big hope right here, is some projections are saying just before it hits the coast of Florida, around Tampa and Cape Coral, it's expected to lighten back up to a Category 3. Will it happen? I don't know. We got the big surprise over the weekend that this thing ramped up. So there is a possibility that this thing could continue to ramp up.
Hurricane Wednesday afternoon with 125-mile-per-hour winds. I want to zoom into Florida to show you this is our cone of uncertainty. Of course, we could make landfall anywhere within this cone. So Tampa to Northport to Cape Coral. I know we already have evacuation orders for these coastal towns, but as a Category 1 hurricane, even moving through Orlando, we're going to have those strong winds. Notice this is into Thursday morning, so really Wednesday night into early Thursday with 85-mile-per-hour winds possible. With this storm, we could see storm surge up to 12 feet, and then it is expected to pass over the peninsula and back over the Atlantic.
So that's one big deal that we're looking at, is 12-foot swells, surges, coming and hitting the coastline, which would essentially bury homes. And Wednesday, this thing will be cooking with up to 150-mile-an-hour winds. Wednesday's going to be the day to watch. This is why everybody's eye is on Hurricane Milton. We've got millions preparing, and the entire country is also going to be affected by the chain reaction events that come. All right, guys, here's that article that I was telling you about, coming from NBC New York. I just got it 28 minutes ago, so this is, as of filming this video, fresh off the press, breaking news, update on tracking Milton. NBC New York says, tracking Milton, hurricane expected to intensify to Category 5. They said it. They said Category 5. Storm ahead of the Florida hit. And like I said, this isn't Ticker Talker. This is a New York news agency, NBC4. It says Hurricane Milton isn't expected to directly affect the tri-state area, but with so much Florida's heavily populated cities, including Tampa, Orlando, in its path, many residents locally have expressed concern for families and friends in the south, and are rightfully so. Now, this is what they're saying could happen. Milton rapidly strengthening into a Category 4 hurricane Monday on the path towards Florida. Population centers threatening a 12-foot storm surge in the Tampa Bay area. Folks, lots of people in that area, and setting the stage for potential mass evacuations less than 2 weeks after the catastrophic Hurricane Helene swamped the coastline. Some meteorologists are saying that this one could be worse. And it reads on 155 miles per hour, But let's get to these images I want to show you, because I think they're really good images that are going to give you a visual on what to expect. Now, this is the 5-day cone. Where is Milton going next? This is kind of the projection. You got the two outside walls. It could go up or it could go down. So the expected route is, right through that middle section. But like I said, Wednesday's going to tell the tale of the tape. The image with the peak storm surge forecast, this does not look good. That red section right there is the 12-foot potential storm surge, wave surge. We're talking water being taller than houses. If this continues to pick up at the momentum it is, and does not let up at Wednesday, Florida could be in for it. It really could be. Next image. This is the rainfall potential image that they're putting out there right now. So you can see that some of those orange areas is looking like 8 inches. 8 inches is the orange. The kind of the mustardy color is 6 inches, and the yellow is 4 inches and downward from there. This right here is the image showing the flash flooding potential. You can see it just raking right through the old peninsula right there. Over there on the right, you got day 1 through Tuesday morning, day 2 in the second image through Wednesday morning, and day 3 through Thursday morning. So I'm hoping that these guys are over projecting what could come from this, because poor Florida and poor surrounding areas, this is not looking good. Double whammy. Right here's the image with the wind speed probabilities. You can see the purple being the worst and where it's gonna hit the panhandle of Florida. It is, like I said, this could be bad. These are the visuals I wanted to show you because it really kind of sets the pace. Now, I like how Ryan Hall, y'all, warned you guys. There is a lot of scare tactics out there. You got ticker talker, putting out videos, feeding off of people's fear. And like he said, you guys need to know that a lot of these people get clicks and get paid off of clicks. So as they hype this thing up, be aware of those type of people giving out information. The most important thing, and I say it all the time, is don't be scared, be prepared. I try to tell our community here, be aware of what's going on, have your preparedness in order, don't get crazy, take out loans, max out your credit cards, build bunkers, do what you can within your means. We're talking about realistic preparation tactics, and this should have started a long time ago, especially if you guys are subbed here. It's like these emergency buckets out here. Did I buy them all at once? No. And I'll tell you more about those specifically later. I pick up one a month. Water is probably one of the most important things. You gotta have a game plan with water. You gotta nip that thing in the butt ahead of time so you can stack up your reserves. Because as we all know, these storms and these events may only last a couple days, but the effects can go on for weeks. And worst case scenario is you don't want to be going to the store and it be closed, or combat riots, because in those times of emergencies, sometimes the safest place is just staying home. So I always say shelter, water, food. If you can handle some backup power, whether it's a small power station that can operate lights, depending on your climate, you got to be able to combat heat and cold. This is all stuff people should be nipping off little by little so you aren't breaking the bank. Because when it comes to getting that aid, the aid that you would expect in emergency, and you're waiting for government relief, and you've got all kinds of other entities trying to support the folks in that emergency situation, because I'm getting sent stuff like this. This report says government blocks volunteers from delivering supplies to hurricane flood victims. We're talking about trucks loaded with vital supplies like food, water, medical aid being turned away due to the lack of proper certifications. So I just watched this short film, and this guy talks about they're trying to bring supplies, emergency blankets, all the things, and they're getting turned away because they don't have certain licenses, certifications. We're talking about trucks full of supplies, and they are getting turned away. This particular Patriot Supply guy said, even though the roads are clear, aid cannot get through. In quotes, it says, "It's heartbreaking to see the help we have ready to go, but we're stuck waiting for unnecessary approvals," he says. Now, unnecessary, I don't know what the qualifications are. I can see how things have gotten with licensing, permits, certifications. Tell me if you guys think I'm wrong, but I think at the end of the day that in an emergency situation, any help should be welcomed with open arms. He says people are suffering and it's becoming a race against time. And it's true. I watched another short of this helicopter pilot that says that he's seen 2 emergency copters, and civilians are paying out of the pocket to go in and rescue people from Hurricane Helene that are stuck in the mountains. And then when they do save someone, guess who's taking the credit? You got it. So again, like I said, I'm not a weatherman, but this is definitely something to prepare for. That will affect us all. I encourage everyone to have a sense of provisions when it comes to preparedness, because I don't think this craziness is gonna let up anytime soon. Again, let me know what you guys think. Give me a like down. Be sure to give this video a like. It helps it reach more people. Let me know your guys' 2 cents. I get to a lot of your comments. And if you guys want to know about the water purifier that I use, this video right up here. And if you want to learn about toxins in food, this video right down here. Keep repping, keep learning, keep doing, guys. We'll see you on the next one.